Yo, what is up, Pringles Army? It is Pringles here. I'm back with my ANHUR guide again. So I pretty much just wanted to make a guide because I hit #1 in Duel. I MMR capped, so I can't gain any more points. And I pretty much did it using hunters because I main hunters. And ANHUR and Uller were like my best two hunters. So I haven't lost on ANHUR and I haven't lost on Uller. So I'm going to be making an Uller guide soon, but today I want to talk about ANHUR, pretty much how I play him, what I think about, and pretty much my plan and strategy on beating characters. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you in this jungle practice. I'm here with my friend Sweet JC, aka Joshua. He's top Duel GM on both PC and console, and he's going to help me with my Uller guide. So pretty much I'm a top ANHUR player in Duel and stuff, and I wanted to show you the tips and tricks that I use to help me pretty much be undefeated this split with him. Okay, so first we're going to go over the basics, which is what his abilities do. So ANHUR passive is that his spear attacks reduce the target's physical protections for 3 seconds by 20. So if I auto him right now, my first auto does 188, right? But now that I've applied my passive on him, my second auto will do more damage, and every auto after that. So first auto 188, second auto 220. So you could see how powerful his passive is. 188, 220. Well, that crits. That's 5 of 5. But it also works with spear attacks. So that works with his 2 and his ult as well. So let me just sell everything so I could show you. So first auto 87, second auto 98. 87 to 98. That's huge. So now that his passive is off him, first auto 87, right? And I'll prove to you, after I impale him or Desert Fury him, I'll get the increased auto damage. So instead of 87, you'll see a higher number. Look at this. 98. See? So it did more damage. And now if I ult, so I'll wait on Mississippi. Okay, there you go. The passive wore off. I ult him. 98. So your 2 and your ults and your auto attacks actually proc ANHUR's passive, which is enfeeble, which makes them squishier. So that's another reason why he's a super good character in Conquest, because tanks have to deal with him having built-in pen, and that's just a very scary thing to have against tanks. Okay. His first ability is Shifting Sands. This is like his bread and butter ability, literally his strongest ability. If you know how to use Pillar, ANHUR Pillar, that's literally the first thing to be a good player. You could be the worst ADC in the game, but if you know how to Shifting Sands and Pillar block, you'll be a great character. So anyone who's in your Shifting Sands, take more damage from your autos, from your basic attacks, and they're slowed for 7 seconds, right? So I place the Pillar here, and 104, 118, right? So you start hitting him harder, and he's slower. So you want to level this ability after you level the 2 and your ult. So the 2 is the Impale. Now, your Impale pretty much knocks them back. And if there's a wall behind them that's close enough, they'll be stunned into the wall. So right now, I'll just Impale him, and there's no wall, so he doesn't get stunned. So when you're trying to kill someone and they're low HP, don't Impale them away, because they won't get stunned. But now, let's say there's a wall behind them, they're going to get stunned right here. So he's stunned. And the stun scales. So at the first rank, it's 1.1 seconds. You get like an auto or 2 while he's stunned into the wall. But at the higher ranks, it's going to be 1.4 seconds. So the more you want to level that ability first. I'll do reduce cooldown here. Okay. So the thing I was telling you about the walls, you could actually combo with a pillar. So let's say there's no wall behind him. I can make a wall by putting a pillar up behind him and then impale him into that. So if you don't want him going far away, you place the pillar and then you impale. Okay. That's like a bread and butter combo. So for the third ability, that's his leap. It's called Disperse. If you land it, they get knocked up. And recently, or like a couple patches ago, they buffed it. So now it's actually super fast. So this lets you rush down your enemies, run away, and it could start a lot of your combos because you could use this leap to put him in places he doesn't want to be. So like for instance right here, he's in the middle of the thing, and I can't impale him into a wall. If I impale, he literally just goes straight back. And let's say like I pillar right here, and he's just gonna pick a side left or right, and then I can no longer impale him, right? So it could be very difficult to just hit him when he's like max range. So the whole point of the jump is to gap close, and you could put him in places that that you want to put him. So for instance, I'll put it on quick cast. So let's say I want him to go to this wall right here, to the left wall. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disperse him, and I'm gonna place my jump, so the center of my jump, instead of on him, to the right of him. So he's gonna get knocked up to the left. So look right here, and now I could turn my camera and impale him that way. So that's pretty much how you use disperse. Is once you get good with him, instead of just aiming it right on center, right? Because then my impale doesn't go into a wall. You could, let's say, even do it to the right of him, like right here. And now he's gonna get impaled into this wall if it was closer. You get the point. Okay, his last ability is Desert Fury. This ability recently got patched. It used to be on a lower cooldown, but now it's on a higher cooldown. It's on a 90-second cooldown. It used to be on a 75. But yeah, it's still just as strong. It does a little less damage, but you pretty much throw 8 spears and you're immune. And this is literally most of your damage early game and mid game, because your autos don't only deal like 87, 98, so the DPS is kind of bad. But when you ult him, it does 120 per shot, well, at max rank. But yeah, his ult is one of the strongest abilities in his kit, if you know how to use it. It has lots of range, and it helps him rush down. After, let's say I jump on him and then he jumps away, I could use my ult to cover the distance. So yeah, next I'll talk about bread and butter combos that you want to be doing and things to think about. So like I said, you could look for a pillar, and then you could look to impale him into the pillar, because then you get auto attacks, you could ult him, stuff like that. But another thing is that characters have leaps and jumps, and they're usually moving. So you won't always get the pillar block. It's usually hard to do. So usually, you could just pillar and auto attack people. So let's say I pillar him, and he could just jump away. So Josh, just jump away. Now I can't impale him. So now I used my impale and my shifting sands, and all he did was jump away. So now he could easily fight me. So if I just, it's not worth using 2 abilities when you know he has a jump up, right? So sometimes you just want a shifting sands and you just want to auto attack him. And if he jumps, let's say, now you could jump on him and you could use your impale and stuff like that. So just think about crafty ways to use your kit in a different order. Okay. Another thing you could do, you could pillar, and then it helps you confirm your jump. So like, let's say he's like a character without a jump and you really want to land the jump. So you could place a pillar, and then he's super slow in the pillar, and you could jump on him, and then you could impale him into a wall and ult him and do whatever you want to do. That's one thing to think about. And then the other thing to think about is, if you use your pillar and he does have a jump, so let's say I just told you that you could pillar and jump. So I'm going to pillar and jump, and then you jump away, Josh. Pillar, jump. So now my jump is pretty much like, I can't close the gap now because he just jumped away. So we're back to where we started, and I don't have a pillar and I don't have a jump. And I just have my impale, and I can't impale him anywhere. So you could see how, like, there's an efficient way to use your abilities. Sometimes you don't just want to pillar and jump on them, even if pillar helps you land your jump. So you gotta change up the order. So now I know Josh has a jump. So I'm gonna jump on him, and he's gonna jump so he doesn't get knocked up. And then he's gonna pretty much, we're gonna trade jumps. So I'm gonna jump, he jumps, and then I pillar where he lands. And now this is useful because he's slowed. My autos deal more damage, and I can combo him. So I don't always look for the pillar impale first, and I don't always look for a pillar jump. Sometimes I go jump into pillar, and pillar where he jumps away to. Another thing you'll see, so let's say I'm going to land the jump on you, impale you into the wall, and then you're going to jump away after your impale. So like, let's say I'm going to jump on you, impale you into a wall, and now you jump away, And now you can pillar and then you can ult. So the pillar slows him, right? By a percentage. So it starts at 15, goes 35. And then that helps you land your ult. And pretty much you could use it to finish off kills because your ult actually goes a further distance than your auto attacks would. So like your ult's gonna hit here. So you just want to get used to that. The combos get easier the more you practice them, and you'll have a better feel for the character after you figure out how much damage he does, because you'll know what combo will kill him. Like, let's say I have a certain amount of abilities. Like, I know if I just use my pillar, my impale, my auto, my ult, it doesn't 100 to 0 him, and then he jumps away, and he could honestly run away. He doesn't need to fight me, because he just got my ults for free, and then he could pick a fight where my ult is down, or he could take that as a win. So a good ANHUR player in Duel or in Conquest, like in team modes, will know how much damage his combo does, and then that's how you decide if you want to jump in first. Usually that's a Duel thing. You don't jump in first in Conquest, but in Conquest usually you pillar a lot, and then you could look for autos. Let's say you can't find the impale because he moves away from the pillar, and then you could look to impale him into this wall, so you position this way. So that's how you play that. Another thing, so let's go over here. So let's pretend we're in lane. So my lane, my side of the lane's here. His side of the lane's here. So if I'm playing ANHUR, being centered in the middle is terrible. Because if he's centered in the middle, I impale, and my impale sends him straight back. This is terrible. What you want to do as ANHUR, you want to position from the side here. Because now, that whole back wall he's facing is pillar. Or is just a wall that I can impale him into. So it could either be this wall right here, or it could be this wall back here, this back wall. Or what else I could do? Let's say he's like here, right? Yeah. I could make another wall beside him or behind him, right? Like right here. And if he walks across, that's more wall to impale him into. So you pretty much use this pillar as like more, you could create more walls, but you always position not centered but away from the center. So even if you do land your jump, like let's say I land my jump here, you could impale him into a wall like that. It's really, really, really good, really useful. Now I'll show you one last combo that you could do, and then we'll go on to more in-depth stuff, okay? So this last combo is if you land the jump, and let's say he's like an Uller or something, or he doesn't have a jump, and you catch him in bow stance. This combo is super good. So let's say you jump away. So just jump away. So he jumps down. I'm gonna jump onto him, impale him into the wall right here, and then block him. So now he has no jump. But that's the whole point. So they'll come over here. We'll use like a better wall like this wall. So jump or something. We'll just say like your jump's down, right? And then I'm gonna jump on you, impale you, and block you in here with me, right here. And now he can't get away. So try to run away. He has nowhere to move. So this lets you land autos, and it lets you ult him right here because he's gonna be stuck in the corner. So this combo is really good, but it does depend on the wall. Like this wall, it was super tricky because it's like a corner. But if it's a better corner, like this corner, that's super open, you don't even need to jump on him. You could honestly just get in this corner right here. Like let's say he's facing this corner. You could just impale. You don't even need to jump. You just impale, line up here, and place a pillar here. And he's going to be... Oh, shit. He's going to be blocked off. But as you can tell, like, terrain and rocks can mess it up. But impale, place a pillar. Tragic. You fucking bitch. You bitch. Easy. And now he can't run away. You can ult him. You can do whatever. But yeah. That's pretty much it for the combos. So next I'll show you ways to use your pillar. So tricky ways. So the first one being... You muted your mic, by the way. Yeah. First one being like Uller axe. So let's say he wants to axe me. I could just place a pillar and he can't axe. He can't auto behind here, so I could hide behind here and he can't auto. You could also do it to Uller one. So let's say I jump away and he wants to Uller one me with his bow stance. So I just pillar it and he can't. See, it didn't hit me. whereas normally it would hit me. So anything that doesn't go through walls, so like my impale doesn't go through walls, so if he was on her, I could impale my own thing. So I'll go through a little demonstration on that. Okay, the first example is Ho Yi. So when Ho Yi's bouncing it off the wall, or if he marks you and tries to just stun you straight up, you could put the pillar between you and him. So anything that hits walls and doesn't pierce through walls, you could block. As you could see, Herc Boulder bounces off the wall. Hercules 2 knocks you up. You can knock yourself up into your own wall. It works on dashes, Mercury ult. You could even use it on stuff like Medusa ults and Nox ult and just block that stuff. So yeah, you could see Sobek has trouble. You can make it really annoying and difficult to kill yourself. And it's just a really good defensive tool. Hopefully you guys like that demonstration of how to use pillars. Definitely get used to that, because that will make or break your game. That's what separates a good ANHUR from a fucking insanely great ANHUR that people really respect. Okay, so here we're gonna go more into, instead of using your pillars to block or defensively as a tool, I'm gonna show you how to use it more offensively, and I'm gonna show you key scenarios in which you should be looking for the pillar. Key scenarios that are really easy, and if you practice it, they're gonna increase your pillar impales and stuff like that. Okay, so the first one is, let's say I'm gonna jump on you, you're gonna jump away, and you're gonna start walking straight away from me. So jump towards away from the fountain. So I'm gonna jump, and then you jump. And then here he's walking straight. I pillar, and then I impale him right into the pillar. So that's something you can look for, is when they're walking straight. Another thing I've seen, even from SCC players that like in scrims and stuff. So let's say you're walking away from me, and jump, just like do like this, do the jump thing. So you never want to jump away from an ANHUR. The reason being, when you're walking and jumping straight, you can't move left or right in the air. So I could time it right before you're gonna do your jump, like your space bar. I could just impale you because you can't go left or right. So do the jump thing. Just yeah. And then I could just, and you can't go left or right because you're jumping. So it's super troll. Don't jump straight. If you're running away from an ANHUR, just don't jump, man. It's so bad. I think I've hit this on like Tuba. But yeah, I saw him like jumping, and then you literally just do this, and they can't go left or right. It's super bad. So the third way to use it is when people are running away from you and they want to cut a corner. So like, let's say he wants to cut this corner right here. You could place a pillar, buggy walls, but you could place a pillar to extend the wall. So instead of the wall being this wide, you make it even wider like this, and it gives you more room to impale him onto. So you could do it while they're running away and they're trying to get around a corner. But yeah, it's super good to just extend that corner and impale him in here. And you could even do the block thing I was telling you about, where you block him in a corner. You'll see this a lot of times. Yeah, that's super useful. Another pillar trick you'll see very often. This happens sometimes when you're against a ranged character. It mainly happens against the melees. This is called pillar dancing. So you kind of just want to dance around your pillar. So let's say he wants to hit me. You could hide behind your pillar because he can't auto through it. And you go like that. So you just place your pillar, and if he goes right, you go left. And if he goes left, you go right. You just dance around. So the reason why this is worth for you is because your pillar is a slow. So he's actually going to be slowed by like 35% the max rank, and you could look for stuff. So let's say a pillar, so you walk around it. And then I go this way, and then you want to go that way, and then I could just literally impale you into this wall. So you could use this like when people walk or hide behind your pillars, because some people will actually hide behind your pillars. You just pick a wall and you just impale him into it. Like that. So that's super useful. That's something you want to get used to. And then I'll show you a demonstration of pillar dancing. Up here next, it's going to be with Guan Yu. It's going to show you how to perfectly pillar dance and make Guan Yu look stupid. But yeah, definitely look to play the pillar game because you win it, because they're slowed and you're not slowed. So yeah. Okay, so this clip only shows the the uses against Guan Yu, but you could do it against any other character. You pretty much just stay on the other side of your pillar when they try to use their abilities that don't go through walls. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that Guan ult. Guan's kind of ass. But anyway, the last thing I want to talk to you about are the last kind of uses of pillars. So it's going to be people hiding behind your pillar and using your pillar against you. So with great play comes counterplay. So even if I'm playing great, let's say I place a pillar, he could always hide behind the pillar, and now I can't impale him because my impale doesn't go through walls, and I can't auto him because my autos don't go through walls. But what you can do, some characters have a big enough hitbox, like warriors and guardians. If they try to hide behind your pillar, you could actually auto the right side or the left side. So let's say that he's centered, right? You could auto one of the sides and it'll hit him. It's super useful. And if they're super small, like hunters and some assassins and stuff can't get hit, so if they can't get hit and they're standing still, right behind you, you kind of just want to jump in the middle, and then it'll disperse them. If you jump in the center of your pillar, right here, it'll pretty much, if they're hugging it, they'll get knocked away from it. So right here, jump right in the center of it, they get knocked away, and you get it like an impale. So the last thing is pretty much where you place your pillar. So like I said, if they're going to be hiding behind it, you want to know to just place it behind them. So just having good pillar placement. So let's say he's running away. Instead of placing it here, now you can't auto attack him, and now I'm trolling, and you can't impale. So I just blocked that wall away from me. Sometimes you place it to just the left or right side. So let's say he's running away from me, and there's no wall, I just place it to the left side or something, and I can impale him that way. Or I just place it on the right side of him, and stuff like that. So just have good pillars. It'll set up your autos, because this slow is really what sets up your autos and your impales. So just like that. And yeah, that's pretty much the guide. I'll release another guide. Shortly, it'll probably be on auto cancels and stuff, just in case you guys need help. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace out. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. I worked pretty hard on it. Took a couple days, but after re-watching the combo part, I realized it's cool watching me beat up a bot and stuff, but I thought you guys seeing examples would help you guys a little more. So this is from scrims or from high level ranked. So it's pretty much everything I talked about in the combo section of the guide, but doing it on a person, and I'm going to analyze it. So this first play here, I see him, I see there's a wall, go for the impale, auto him, he beads. So I know he's going to try to ult away, because that's the only way he gets out, unless his 3 is really close. So you could use your pillar to body block dashes as well. So I made a pillar, body blocked his dash, and yeah, he pretty much couldn't get away. Right here. And then I just ulted him down to rush him down. So that's the first play. And then the second play is going to be this play. It's going to show you pretty much pillar dancing. So the enemy can't auto through pillars, right? So what I did, I impaled him away to create space to put a pillar between us. And then he's half health, right? So then I could hide behind my pillar so he can't auto me. And then I hit him with my ult, and then I see a set. So I know I'm going to die, right? Because there's no way I live here. So instead, I jump in, I kill him, and then I die to the set. But we trade because I'm an ADC with no FG, and he's an ADC with FG. So this trade was 100% worth it. But yeah, that pretty much shows pillar dancing. This one is cool. So this shows the jumping thing I was talking to you guys about. You should never jump away from an ANHUR, like with your spacebar. You see how this Cupid is jumping? So I saw he's jumping, place the pillar, and then I impale him. And then I jump to where I think he's going to dash. It catches the dash. So this is some tech. Catches the dash. And then I just ult him, and it's free. Because if you think about it, after I pillar and I impale him into here, if I start ulting, there is no way my ultimate does 75% of his health in less than a second, in about a second. So he's just going to dash away, out of the range of my ult, right? So instead of just ulting him here, I auto attack 2 times, and as soon as the stun wears off, he could dash. And there's no way he's going to dash into me. So he's going to dash away from me. So I just jump to cover the option. Even if I don't catch his Cupid dash, I'm going to try to freehand my ult after this dash is over. So like, let's say he's going to be over here, I was going to try to ult him. But it was a perfect scenario where I got his dash, so this was really easy. So yeah. And then I'll go over a last one here. Pretty sure, where's the one I wanted to use? Oh, this one. So this one goes to show that even though the person knows what you want to do, it shows you like an order you could do in ranked. It works in competitive as well, but if they have a dash, you have a dash. If you calculate it out and you hit everything, this is a combo that'll kill. So he knows I'm here because I'm on a ward, so he starts laugh spamming me. So I jump on him, he dashes away, I ult him, hit 7 spears. I think I missed that last one. So 7 out of 8, auto attack 2, and he dies. So yeah, that's just a simple combo. You trade the jump for the dash. So it's the jump for jump. Like I talked about in my combo. Jump for jump, pillar, this kind of body blocks, and it slows him. And then my ult lets me catch up to him. Perfect. See? Beautiful. So yeah, I hope those examples really helped. If you guys want more examples, pretty much just go to my Twitch. You could watch VODs where I play ANHUR and stuff, because I play ANHUR all the time. But yeah, I love you guys. Hope you really enjoyed the guide. I worked hard on it, and follow my Twitch.